Statesman Nation, we are here with Shotgun Sports head coach Steve Heaton as we preview the 2021-2022 season, the second season for the Statesman. Coach, great first year, a weird first year. I'm sure when we get into it, and later on we'll realize just kind of how weird it was because kind of limited on what type of events you could go to, et cetera, because of COVID. But let's recap last year a little bit and talk about lots of goods. So let's talk about last year.
Yeah, there was a lot of goods for what we had to deal with. The team they adapted very well to all the COVID restrictions and staying away from their buddies at the shoots and stuff like that. But when they stepped on the field, they performed like they needed to.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
it was a great year.
Yeah, I mean you had HOAs. I didn't make sure I'm saying this right.
Yep.
The high overall athlete many times. We had a lot of people shooting perfect or near perfect. Brought home a whole bunch of titles. Anything in particular you're really proud of with the team?
I'm just glad how they adapted to the crazy year.
Yeah.
That the whole nation had.
Right.
Not just our team, but every team we went up against. They all adapted very well to make it successful. So that's what I'm most proud of, the sport in general.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, a lot of returners coming back. We'll talk about them in a second, but let's talk about the recruiting class a little bit. What were you looking for? And obviously, it sounds like you kind of you checked a whole lot of boxes in your recruiting class.
Yep. This year was a little bit easier because we could get out and I knew some of these kids already, but getting out there and getting in their face and getting to the shoots and stuff like that. But brought in 13 freshmen, some very, very talented athletes. They all excel in the classroom as well, so they're got very good GPAs. As well.
Have that student before athlete, right?
That's one of my main things on the team is the GPA is going to stay up there. But for Skeet, we got in Jake Campbell, Matthew Brindley, some of them guys, from the DMAC area.
Mm-hmm.
Sporting Clays, same kids there. Trap, we got Dryden DeConing, Wrigley Bishop. Dryden won the SCTP state championship for male this year. Rayleigh placed in Sporting Clays and in Trap. She just found out she made third All-American in the nation, not just at the high school level or anything. It's at the big boy level, I call it.
Yeah, right.
I just got confirmation this morning that she made third.
That's awesome.
We've got some, Ashley Hunter from Indianola. She's a very well-rounded shooter.
Yeah.
We've got a couple from Utah, that's good trap shooters, Caitlin Pendleton and Josie Brooks from the Knoxville area. She's very strong in the trap area. Wants to learn more on the other disciplines. So that's the type of the athletes we've been bringing in. So I'm pretty sure I missed somebody, and I apologize.
Yeah.
But the list goes on.
With that much talent, there's
it's
always somebody.
Yep.
All right, let's break it down by discipline a little bit. We can talk about trap and Skeet and shooting clays. I guess we'll just start with Skeet right out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you looking at that will be some of your top contenders, I guess?
Okay, as for Skeet, one I did miss is he transferred in from Dort as Dominic Vermeer.
Okay.
I coached that young man back in the high school days. He took a year and went to Dort. Didn't get to shoot like he wanted to, so he transferred here this year.
Sure.
They call him the Skeet Robot.
Yeah.
The teams are nicknamed him because he's very good at it. So they got Dominic Vermeer, the returners. I got McLean and Heinen, Christopher Berkshire Lewis on the Skeet side. We got Matthew Brindley, Jake Campbell, Rayleigh Bishop's even hitting the Skeet targets hard. A couple of the other returners that are still taking over where they left off. So.
Right. Talk about Skeet a little bit and what makes someone excel, or is it just a situation that if they locked in and said, I really want to be good at Skeet, and these are all obviously just very good shooters in any discipline, but is there something that makes them a better Skeet shooter?
Yes and no. Skeet's, it's a mental game.
Yeah.
They are more predictable on what they're going to do on the target wise, but the mental game to last that 100 targets or 200 targets is just overwhelming.
Yeah.
And at this level, the college level, they take the top 5 scores on all disciplines. So just to give you an idea, to be very competitive, they're going to have to shoot 495 out of 500.
Right.
So
which is insane.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
You know, and last year I had these well-rounded kids, and we were shooting the upper 480s, low 490s.
Yeah.
So with this talent coming in, I'm hoping by mid-season that we're shooting in that mid 490s.
Right.
So, and they're very capable of doing it.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's switch over to trap then. Talk about some of your top individuals there.
Some of the top ones there. The returner is Brian Baca.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous trap shooter. He's a great all-around shooter too. If it's an orange target in the air, he can shoot it.
Right.
Like I mentioned Rayleigh once, she's the All-American. Dryden DeConing, another return, Jarrett DeConing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's on target for it too.
Right.
Cade Duncan, another young man I got from the Twin Cedars area.
Mm-hmm.
He just loves pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
You know, and he can put up a score.
Yeah.
So it's the trap side and the skeet side. It's I got 24 athletes. Who wants it?
Right. Then finally, sporting clays.
Sporting clays is any man's game.
Yeah.
At this level, I mean, it's just you can't really go off of a 480 or 490 score because every course is different.
Right.
So it might be only a 400, not a 500 score, you know, type of field. It might be a butt kicker.
Right.
We call it something else, but
Yeah, sure.
but there again, it's a mental game because you got a lot of these kids or these athletes that are used to shooting 100 straight or 95 straight and trap and skeet. They go out on a sporting clay course and shoot a 70. They think they're doing something wrong.
Right.
But they're still the high score and they don't know it until it's done.
Yeah.
So
Right.
keeping that mental check during the tournament, you know, it's like, okay, no, you're still at the top.
Right.
You're just not breaking them all.
Right.
So that's the discipline on that one.
Is sporting clays going to be one where that's going to be you're switching out your lineup a lot because you're not really sure, or is it just going to be these are our best people and we're just going to put them out every time?
At the college level, they take the top 5 scores no matter what.
Yeah, so everybody's going anyhow. So
and I've seen it time and time again. It's somebody will have a better day than the other ones that normally doesn't. So you
just
can't,
however they read
you
it.
can't take that chance to only let 10 shoot it and not all 20s because everybody's going to shoot it.
Right.
If you're with me, you're going to shoot it.
Exactly. Obviously, depth is really strong this year. And we had 13 in addition to returning 10-ish or something like that.
Yeah, 11, I think.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of opportunities for individuals. Anybody could step up at any time. So let's talk about the schedule a little bit.
Yep.
Like I said, it's changed a lot last year. Really, I don't want to say stuck in Iowa. We talked about last night.
Yep.
Obviously, still a lot of really good talent there, but it's nice now you're able to go out and see some other schools around the region, throughout the nation, finding out, you know, really where you stack up when you're talking nationally. So let's talk about the schedule and some of the events that are stick out to you.
Yep. We start off this weekend. We're going Cedar Falls, competing against Wartburg, Co. and Upper Iowa. We're hopefully get some rust off and get these freshmen to the college routine, you know, because they're not shooting just 100 targets. We're going to shoot 300 targets in one day.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get a little bit of rust off. Next weekend, we're heading out to Lincoln, Nebraska. We're going against probably the top 8 schools in the United States.
Yeah.
You know, Midland's hosting it. You know, they're Division II national champions.
Right.
Doane will be there. You know, Fort Hays, another strong team.
Mm-hmm.
Lindenwood will be there.
Right.
You know, so that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Is let's get out there and see where we stand against these guys.
Right.
Because the talent's there.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the talent, so let's just go do it.
Yeah, and then you said, I think last night you mentioned you have nationals, I think, out in Ohio.
We actually have 2 national events this year.
Right, in
Ohio,
Ohio and then also
in October.
Texas.
Yep. Got one in Ohio in October. Then end of March is the ACUI Nationals.
Right, and that's the Big Daddy.
That's the Big Daddy. That's the 6-day shoot. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The problem we're having right now, every college, every shooting club in America right now is having an issue with ammo shortage.
Sure.
You know, with all the stuff going on. And,
right.
So everybody's kind of fighting through that. So we did have to cut back on practices a little bit more than I ever wanted to because I'm big on shooting.
Yeah. Sure.
You know, that's the only way you're going to get
right,
better.
yeah, exactly.
But not only the shortage, some of the prices tripled.
Right.
So, you know, we got kind of balance there. But every college is going through it.
Yeah.
So there's a few shoots that I'm already hearing about that they're cutting back on the amount of targets we shoot.
Sure.
Still going out to shoot them, but they're cutting back on them.
Right.
So, which that's totally understandable.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely. All right, let's put a nice bow on everything. What's it going to take for the team to be successful in what you guys are setting up for goals?
I've already challenged them. They have to win as a team and not as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with this type of talent on there, they got to learn how to push each other, and it's okay if my teammate beats me by a bird.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the team just won overall, and that's
Yeah.
that's the big thing in this sport. You know, you got to have them top 5 scores.
Yeah.
I would love, and the talent is here. And it's never happened yet, and knock on wood, but the talent's there to hit a 500 perfect.
Yeah.
You know, it's up to them now.
Right.
And I hope the ammo comes back so we can get back to practice some more.
You actually get 500 shots in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But the talent's definitely there.
Yeah.
You know.
Awesome. Once again, Steve Heaton, head shotgun sports coach here at William Penn. They open up in Cedar Falls this weekend. Then you guys are going to be jumping all over the place. There is a home event I'm always going to forget.
Black Oak Clay is October
right
2nd and 3rd. That's
in Pella. So
probably one of the biggest shoots we're going to have in Iowa from any college. It's going to be a 400 bird target.
Awesome.
400 targets. So.
Okay, so we'll talk more about the team. Statesmanathletics.com, your home for all William Penn athletics. Check out the team as we're going along. So best of luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks.